And welcome once again to another fantastic build showcase. My name is Dr. Wasabi. In today's video, we are continuing our Destiny 2 exploration through Minecraft by building one of Lightfall's most dripped out villains. Now, on terms of Destiny 2 Lightfall, the story was a bit meh, but my goodness, the character design for at least the raid characters and the villains and the protagonist is absolutely stellar. What can I tell you? And the character we are going to be building today is no exception to that. I would even argue that this is the epitome of great villain design by the Bungie art team. But enough about me blabbering on, let's reveal what we are going to be building. I do hope you like it.
I'm reading major shockwaves in the vault. The Emperor's smashing through that place.
Hurry, Guardian. He'll get there before you.
Okay, now let's have a look at what we built here. Honestly, I am so proud about how we did our boy Calus here. Honestly, I spent at least a good few days just modeling out this absolute behemoth of a character. So you may notice that usually we use a default skin pack for all of our characters. If I go over to Nezarec, we have a somewhat default kind of skin measurement for his character. Now obviously that was a first build for the idea, so I kind of got the idea because Calus is a bit of a chunky boy. Let's be honest. He is a big guy as Cabal go, and obviously with Calus there is no exception. So I think the idea of kind of extending the skin perimeter out by 1 block was a really good choice on my part. It really makes his arms a bit more fat and a bit more accurate to his in-game size. I really wasn't joking when I said Calus is by far one of the most dripped out characters in Destiny 2, at least by Lightfall. As the former Emperor of the Cabal, Emperor Calus really had his own sort of design niche and obviously aesthetic philosophy when it came to the color palettes that he would use. A lot of what he used to, well, his character and the kind of location of the Leviathan would use is a lot of light purple and gold, which was all around the Leviathan in Raid and in the story. But what we see here is a lot more of a darkness influenced design palette over here. Honestly, the huge credit to the Bungie art team. They did a fantastic job. We see Calus's more grayish skin has almost ossified into a kind of chalky charcoal black, which really contrasts well against the blocks of gold that have just been seeping into his skin in some sort of divine transformation by the Witness. And of course he has his armor like so, and not to mention his many ego boosting medals over here. By far these banners were the most lengthy to design. You may have thought that maybe the head or the feet maybe have been a bit of a challenge, but no, in fact these banners were the most lengthy part of the build, because I had to look at the reference images for Calus and sort of decipher which kind of medals I could recreate and sort of aesthetically place in the all the right places. But with the finishing result, I'm really happy about how this came out. It really looks like we have all of these fake medals that he's wearing to boost his own ego, which is very much the one of the character traits of Emperor Calus. He's very egotistical. He loves pleasure. He's a hedonist. That's the word. He is a hedonist by heart, and it really shows in his character design as well as all of his shiny medals. Alongside that, we have a whole bit of jewelry and, kind of valuables that are just being crusted into his skin through his transformation, which is always good to see. We have a very nice color palette change of red to lime to blue terracotta. It was more of a kind of pick and mix of what looked best, in my opinion, because you kind of had to get what the colors of the gemstones were in the actual character model and sort of port them over to Minecraft, which wasn't too difficult in and of itself, but it was really enjoyable just kind of making all of these nice color palette decisions, and it really turned out well in my opinion. Okay, so going to the rear of the build, we have Emperor Calus's cape, which in the story itself, if you saw in the cutscene, it does kind of wave about almost supernaturally, which I do find quite funny. But to be fair, like at the rear of the build, there isn't too much detail, which I think was sort of on purpose. It's very fitting to Calus's character that all of the flashiness is at the front, whether as you go to the back is a bit more muted, and there's not much to hide in that sense. One thing I noticed about Calus's character model is this weird sort of bat wing, cape holder on the back. I'm pretty sure I've seen this on Rolk in the Witch Queen expansion, but it is interesting nonetheless that this will sort of port over to the Witness's latest disciple. But again, as I said, not much going on to the rear, but if we turn around to the helmet, there's quite a lot going on indeed. Now, this was actually one of the more difficult parts of the build. I know I said the medals were the most lengthy part, but in terms of a challenge, the actual head of Emperor Calus itself was a bit of a challenge, let me tell you. As Cabal go, Emperor Calus sort of has a triangle-shaped head, which was a bit difficult to port over into Minecraft because, of course, it is a block game. There's literally cubes everywhere, so it was a bit of a design challenge, I must say, to sort of port this over. But I'm pretty happy with the results. I originally had the sort of head squished up against his massive shoulder pauldrons, but I think it was the right decision to sort of make his head a bit smaller. I also love the use of these shroom lights for the eyes. If you ever fight Calus in Lightfall, you'll notice he has these just piercing red eyes from his transformation with the Witness. It's sort of that reference to the pyramid architecture. It's very black and orange, and that orange bit sort of goes into his eyes, if that makes sense. So yeah, I could even show you. Let me see, going to midnight. Yeah, so I love how I could just recreate this sort of piercing eye effect of Emperor Calus, because when you fight him, it is very, very noticeable, the before and after, just showing how much he has changed through his transformation by the Witness. Other than that, the details kind of spread into the aesthetic variety. We have these awesome little like tendrils or kind of bits of cloth kind of hanging over his his paunch over here, and obviously with that we have his massive shoulder pauldrons, which were actually the easiest to make out of the entire build. It's basically a massive cube with little holes in them, which was pretty easy to recreate. I did go through different design varieties, deciding whether I should make this a bit more shiny gold than regular gold, because there is quite a big texture difference between blocks of raw gold and regular gold. But in the end, I did decide to make it a bit more shiny, because when you do see Emperor Calus, these little bits of gold sticking up over his shoulder pauldrons, they are pretty well polished, let me tell you. But there we have it, folks. Another amazing Destiny 2 build showcase, showcasing Emperor Calus, or rather Disciple Calus from Destiny 2, the Lightfall expansion. Honestly, I had a great time fighting this guy. I know the story of Lightfall is a bit meh, but my goodness, the character design by the Bungie art team is absolutely stellar. So honestly, big shout outs to the Bungie art team. They did a fantastic job. But yeah, that's been our video for today. I do hope you enjoyed this video. I will do more of these in my free time. I just gotta find what kind of character suits me, what I can build, how I can build it, and so on. So of course, if you do like what I do, please like this video and subscribe. My name has been Dr. Wasabi, of course. I bid you a most pleasant good evening, and of course, as always, God bless. And now, folks, it is time to say good night. We sincerely appreciate your viewing and hope we've succeeded in providing you with an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Stay happy and come back again soon. Good night.